Just what you said, just the future of the Fever, it's incredible. I mean, to have, these three here and then what we have that are at home.
Background in terms of growing up in the organization and understanding everything, the nuances around it, and certainly gives us great perspective.
For sure, to be around some of these vets and just to hear their experiences and give them some advice on like what it took and, to be on these teams that are
such great insight as a player, first of all, and I think that's so valuable to an organization like ours because
Caitlyn Clark just broke the WNBA's single-season assists record as a rookie. Let that sink in. She's not just fitting into the Fever's system, she's forcing them to build a new one around her. Coach Sides is sweating, fans are divided, and the playoffs are right around the corner. Talk about pressure cooker. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much! Now back to the video! You know what's even crazier? Clark's not just passing. She's averaging 19.2 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 8.4 assists per game. That's not rookie numbers, that's MVP numbers. And guess what? She finished 4th in MVP voting as a rookie! But here's the thing, Clark's style is shaking up everything Coach Sides thought she knew. Sides has her system, her plays, her way of doing things. Now she's got this rookie phenom who's changing the game every time she steps on the court. How do you coach that? Fans are going wild, some love the Clark show, others worry about team balance. And the playoffs? They're coming fast. Will Clark's brilliance be enough? Or will the Fever's system crack under the pressure? The story's just getting started, and it's gonna be a wild ride. While fans debate Clark's impact, Coach Sides is grappling with a different challenge. How do you build a championship defense around a record-breaking offensive talent? The answer might surprise you. Coach Sides is sweating, and it's not just from the intensity of the game. The Fever's defense has been under fire all season, and now with the playoffs on the horizon, the pressure is reaching a boiling point. Fans are getting restless, and who can blame them? The team's ranked 11th in the league for defense. That's not exactly championship material. But here's the thing, Sides isn't just dealing with any old defensive issues. She's trying to figure out how to adapt her strategies to complement Clark's offensive fireworks. It's like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube while riding a roller coaster. Clark's out there breaking records and finishing 4th in MVP voting as a rookie. But basketball isn't just about offense. Imagine this. You've got a player who's being compared to legends like Jordan and Curry. That's insane, right?
Such great insight as a player, first of all, and I think that's so valuable to an organization like ours because
just some unbelievable young talent, and that's just fun for the future. Especially
background in terms of growing up in the organization and understanding everything, the nuances around it, and certainly gives us great perspective.
But now you've got to figure out how to build a cohesive team around her without letting the defense fall apart. It's a paradox that's keeping Sides up at night. So what's working? Well, Clark's offensive magic is undeniable. She's not just scoring, she's creating opportunities for her teammates. But on the defensive end, that's where things get tricky. Sides is trying to find that sweet spot between letting Clark do her thing and making sure the whole team can hold their own when the other side has the ball. You know what's crazy? In the middle of all this chaos, Sides actually earned Coach of the Month in August. The Fever went 5-1 that month. So what changed? It looks like Sides started figuring out how to capitalize on Clark's talents while slowly patching up those defensive holes. But is it enough? Here's the deal. Sides knows that while Clark's offensive prowess is off the charts, the team has to step up defensively to have a shot in the playoffs. She's been pushing for greater cohesion among the players, trying to get everyone on the same page. It's not just about Clark anymore, it's about building a team that can compete on both ends of the court. But just as things were looking up for Sides, a new player entered the game. And I'm not talking about on the court. The Fever's playoff position is hanging by a thread, and now they've got to deal with new leadership coming in. Kelly Krauskopf is stepping in as the new president, and nobody knows how that's going to shake things up. Imagine you're finally invited to the dance after 8 years of watching from the sidelines. Now picture someone changing the music right as you step onto the floor. That's the Fever's situation with Kelly Krauskopf's return. Will her playoff experience be the missing piece? Or is this shakeup about to burst Indiana's bubble? Kelly Krauskopf isn't just any new president. She's the architect who built the Fever from scratch and led them to championship glory. But here's the thing, she's stepping into a team that's nothing like the one she left. With Coach Sides finding her groove and Caitlyn Clark rewriting the record books, Krauskopf's got her work cut out for her. You know what's wild? The Fever's finally in the playoffs after 8 long years. And management decides to shake things up. Big time. Krauskopf's coming in as the new president of basketball and business operations. Talk about timing. But why now? What does this mean for the Fever? Here's where it gets interesting. Krauskopf's got a vision, Sides has her coaching style, and Clark's got her own way of playing. It's like trying to fit 3 different puzzles together. How's this new dynamic gonna play out? Will Krauskopf's old school leadership mesh with Clark's new age game? Or are we looking at a clash that could derail the Fever's playoff dreams?
You know, she's learning as well. Now she's kind of starting, this chapter's over and this chapter's opening up, and it's been fun to watch.
You know, just what you said, just the future of the Fever, it's incredible. I mean, to have, you know, these 3 here and then what we have that are at home.
The stakes are sky high. The Fever's playoff position is hanging by a thread, and they've got to capitalize on Clark's talent. But it's not just about winning games. They need to build a winning team culture, something that's been missing for years. Can Krauskopf bring that back? But don't count Krauskopf out just yet. She's not new to this rodeo. From 2000 to 2018, she was the driving force behind the Fever. Under her leadership, the team made 13 playoff appearances and snagged a championship in 2012. That's not just experience, that's a proven track record of success. You know what's even crazier? Krauskopf's not just a WNBA legend. She made history as the first woman in NBA history to hold an executive basketball management role. That's the kind of experience that could bridge the gap between management, coaching, and players. But here's the million-dollar question. Can Krauskopf's experience translate to success with this new look Fever? She's stepping into a team that's been rebuilt around Clark's explosive play. It's like trying to retrofit a classic car with a jet engine. Exciting? Absolutely. But it's gonna take some serious engineering to make it work. And let's not forget about the fans. They're riding high on Clark's record-breaking season, but they're also hungry for playoff success. Krauskopf's got to balance those expectations with the realities of building a sustainable, winning franchise. It's like walking a tightrope while juggling flaming torches. So here's what we're looking at. Krauskopf's got the experience, Sides has been finding her footing, and Clark's changing the game every time she steps on the court. It's a potent mix, but will it be enough to take the Fever all the way? Or will too many changes throw the team off balance just when they need stability the most? Now you'd think being a rookie sensation would be enough pressure, but Clark's got the eyes of the entire basketball world on her. She's not just playing for the Fever, she's carrying the future of women's basketball on her shoulders. The question is, can she handle the heat? Or is she about to get burned? Let's talk about impact. Caitlyn Clark isn't just changing the game, she's changing the whole league. The WNBA is seeing record-breaking attendance and merchandise sales. It's like Clark flipped a switch, and suddenly everyone's tuning in. But here's where it gets wild. People are already talking about Team USA. Yeah, you heard that right. There's a huge debate going on about whether Clark should be fast-tracked to the national team. Some folks are saying her performance is off the charts. She's ready now. Others? They're pumping the brakes, pointing out that there's more to basketball than just offense. And that's where things get sticky. Clark's offensive skills? Out of this world. But her defense? That's where the critics come in.
The play, the level of competitiveness has gone up a little bit. What do you like over the last 6 games or so?
For sure, you know, to be around some of these vets and just to hear their experiences and give them some advice on like what it took and, you know, to be on these teams that are.
They're asking some tough questions about how her defensive game might affect her future in pro basketball. It's not just about making it to Team USA, it's about her long-term success in the league. But don't count Clark out just yet. She's got a secret weapon, and her name is Erica Wheeler. This veteran teammate has been like a big sister to Clark, showing her the ropes and helping her deal with all the pressure. You know what's really cool? Wheeler's been right there, helping Clark keep her cool when the refs make calls she doesn't like. It's like having a personal coach on the court. Imagine this. You're a rookie breaking records left and right. The whole basketball world is watching your every move. That's a lot of pressure, right? But Wheeler's got Clark's back. She's teaching her how to handle the spotlight, how to stay focused when things get tough. That's the kind of mentorship that can make or break a career. You know what's really crazy? Clark's not just changing the game on the court. She's changing how people see women's basketball. More fans, more media attention, more little girls dreaming of being the next Caitlyn Clark. It's like she's opened up a whole new world of possibilities. But here's the million-dollar question. Is Clark the future of women's basketball? She's breaking records, challenging norms, and making people rethink what's possible in the sport. It's not just about her skills, it's about her impact. She's got the potential to take women's basketball to a whole new level, not just in the US, but globally. And think about it. When was the last time a rookie made this much noise in any sport? Clark's not just playing the game, she's changing it. She's got people talking about women's basketball in a way they never have before. It's like she's single-handedly raising the profile of the entire sport. Let's talk about the Fever's playoff push. It's been 8 long years since they've tasted postseason action, and now they're back with a bang. Clark's breaking records left and right. Sides is figuring out how to make it all work, and Krauskopf swooping in to shake things up. Talk about a roller coaster. You know what's wild? The Fever's got wins against every team except the Aces. That's huge. They're not just here to participate, they're here to compete. And with Clark leading the charge, anything's possible. But here's the thing, playoffs are a whole different beast. Will Clark's magic translate to the postseason? Can sides keep the team focused? And how will Krauskopf's presence affect things? One thing's for sure, this Fever team isn't backing down. They're ready to make some noise and write their own chapter in WNBA history.